Hey, what's up? Two-Base here. In today's video, we're going to take a look back at the TV series American Dragon Jake Long. So without any more stalling, let's roll the intro. American Dragon Jake Long premiered on the Disney Channel in 2005. This show is about a middle school boy named Jake Long who has the ability to turn into a dragon. Jake uses his dragon powers to protect the magical beings living in the city, giving him the role of being the world dragon. Other examples who had the world dragon role is the China Dragon, which is Jake's grandpa who guarded China before he moved to New York, and Fred Nurt, the Australian dragon who protects the magical creatures in Australia. The show's concept was created by Jeff Good and loosely based off of Harry Potter and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Jeff Good created the show, but he wasn't a part of the main project for some unknown reason. But he did leave behind a Bible for the show that the staff could follow. This show lasted only 2 seasons with a total of 52 episodes, which is pretty good considering most shows only have around 26-27 episodes for cancellation. I mean, Danny Phantom got 53 episodes in total. Apparently the second season was originally supposed to have like 18 episodes, but since season 1 did so well, Disney decided to expand it to 31 episodes. That's kind of the main reason why the Rose and Hunts clan are ended in the middle of the season. The episode originally was supposed to be the season finale with a part 1 and a part 2, but it got scrapped mainly because it was too dark and one of the main characters was supposed to die. I'm assuming the grandpa. Obviously this didn't happen since the entire episode got revised.
Why did you? I said there was only one way this could end, and this is it. With the destruction of the Hunts clan.
But you're one of them. That means...
I know what it means. But even if we destroy the skulls, they know your human identity, Jake. They'd find your family like they did mine. This way, they'll be safe. They'll all be safe. Thank you, Jake, for everything. I'll never forget you.
Rose, no!
In the beginning, American Dragon didn't really do that well. There were people on forums saying how bad the show was. Even after finishing season 1, the series producers Matt Negrete and Eddie Gazillion didn't even get a development deal. Apparently a development deal is a standard practice for Disney just in case the show gets greenlit for another season, and so that they can keep the producers on their network if the show becomes a huge hit, so the producers won't have a way to ask for more money since they're under contract. Afterwards, Matt Negrete and Eddie Gazillion started doing assessments for other studios like Warner Brothers and Nickelodeon. A couple of months later, American Dragon's ratings started to pick up. Eventually, Matt and Eddie both received a call from the higher ups at Disney saying that they're considering doing a second season of American Dragon because the TV ratings were going well, especially in the international market. Another reason is because popular shows at the time like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Hannah Montana ratings starting to drop, and the network really needed to pick me up. Eddie and Matt came back to work on season 2, this time with a different director, Steve Lauder, who produced Kim Possible. The original director, Chris Roman, didn't come back to work on the season 2. Apparently it was because the executives weren't happy with the visuals for the first season, so they decided to go with Steve Lauder. He was the main reason why season 2 looked the way it did, redesigning just about every character, which I was totally fine with. The only problem I had was with Jake's dragon form. I mean, I get what they were trying to do. They tried to fuse the Eastern dragon form with the Western dragon form, but come on, the first design was perfect. I mean, the season 1 version was mainly based off of a Western dragon, but it looks like you downgraded Jake in season 2. Apparently the season 2 design was supposed to get to this point, but I couldn't find any proof to back up this claim. And by the fact that in episode Youth at Heart, Jake turned into an adult in this episode and his dragon form still looked unimpressive. On the official American Dragon blog ran by the series producers Eddie and Matt, Disney had standards and practice they had to abide by. Some were understandable, like how Jake had to wear a helmet when on the skateboard, but some were really ridiculous, like Jake, the American Dragon, wasn't allowed to breathe fire, or the Hunts clan couldn't use weapons. Good thing Eddie and Matt fought back against the last 2 rules. The only dark moment that really stood out to me when I rewatched this was the one on the Oracle twin Sarah on how she see bad things 24/7.
I just get visions, horrible disturbing visions that haunt my every waking moment, not to mention my nightmares.
Monday night, get fired up for a night of sizzling hot premieres.
Dragon, no!
Starting with the 2-hour premiere of American Dragon Jake Long at 5. With this much heat, you're gonna be popping right out of your seat. So, set your remote to sizzle and don't miss the premiere of American Dragon Jake Long at 5, followed by the premiere of Power Rangers Mystic Force at 7. Monday night, right here on Toon Disney.
Around the time season 2 was halfway completed with 15 episodes left, Eddie and Matt got the news that Disney wasn't going to continue the series, which was really surprising since around that time, American Dragon was one of Disney's most popular animated shows. So why was American Dragon Jake Long canceled? Well, it's a couple of reasons. One answer that was given to us by Stephen Lauder is that it was several corporate reasons, which is a pretty vague answer. But there are a lot of things we can look at. One of the main things we can look at is merchandise. If toys and clothes of that show didn't sell well, I could see Disney seeing that as a justification to cancel American Dragon. It happened with Young Justice before it got brought back. And the cancellation was also around the time the financial crisis happened, so they probably felt it was in their best interest to get rid of the show altogether. There were petitions to save American Dragon and even websites that surprisingly still work to this day. American Dragon may have gotten cancelled, but the last episode sorta kinda wrapped up a couple of loose ends. Like Jonathan finally knows that his family are magical dragons, Rose and Jake are finally reunited after the Hunch Clan wipe out, and the Dark Dragon is defeated. But there are other questions that haven't been answered and we'll never get an answer to. Like, why are the dragons the ones to protect the magical community? Why was Jake the one chosen to be the American Dragon when it's pretty much established that he's not the only dragon that lives in the US? And who's the Dark Dragon really? When what made him this way? Some time has passed since American Dragon has premiered. As of right now, Matt Negrete writes and produces for The Walking Dead. Eddie Gazillion also works for The Walking Dead as a story editor. As for the creator of American Dragon, Jeff Good, he's an award-winning playwright for plays like Marley's Ghost and The Eighth Reindeer Monologue. American Dragon Jake Long didn't live up to his full potential as a series, but it definitely made an impact on the people who grew up in the early 2000s era watching Disney Channel. Please don't turn this into a live action like Kim Possible.
Yo, what's up? This is Dante Bosco, American Dragon Jake Long, the Mac Daddy Dragon of the NYC saying dragging up.
Okay, so that's it for the video. If you're new to this channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on so you never miss when I upload. I know I haven't really been uploading a lot, but I've been playing Dragon Quest, so yeah. See you next time.